Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This is my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, July 25th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. First off, a few clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame. So that means each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. And then finally, if you would like for me to do an analysis on one of your positions, then comment down below and I will do my best to get to that in a future video. So stock number one, ticker symbol NUZE. Big mover today, big volume. And as I speak right now, you can see a good solid final 30 minutes. Nice green candle here forming. So let's map out some key levels of resistance and support. So the interesting level, at least in my opinion, from a resistance standpoint, has to do with the top part of this consolidation area right here around $4.10. Nothing crazy here, but just in the sense of, the price got beat down and then did make a very nice recovery, and then you can see struggled right up around $4.10 several times. So I'm not saying that the price can't break through that level, but what I am saying is that it's become very clear right now that right around here, there are sellers hanging around, and that moving forward, if you do like to play breakouts, then that 410 is certainly an interesting area that you could potentially build some trade plans around. In terms of areas of support, change that to green for support. Pretty straightforward here. Essentially just a question of where did this pullback and such essentially stop? And that was down there right around $2.60. Now I realize right there it didn't quite hit that. Right there it went down below it, but just trying to find a little bit of a middle ground. Let's just call it 260. So that'll be the main area right there. But really at the core, there's a sideways channel pattern that has formed, and this channel has formed after a big move downwards. So now it's just a question of is this pullback over? Is this thing getting ready to head back upwards? We'll see what happens. Next one, ticker symbol SQQQ. Monster mover today on this one. Yes, the last 30 minutes here not going so well, but I mean, that's only one 30-minute time slice. Looking at multiple slices, you can see it was a very big day for this one. So certainly updates need to be made. I'm going to just go ahead and adjust this level up now. And the ideal level moving forward from a support standpoint, ideal meaning for say, hey Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? And that would be if the price can stay above 885. Now don't get me wrong, if the price falls below there, that doesn't mean the entire chart's destroyed or ruined or anything like that. But yeah, preferably speaking, if the price could stay above there, that would certainly be a great sign of power. But from the big picture point of view, you'll want to watch that purple line right there, the 50-period moving average. Keyword there being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. And essentially, it's acting as a trend line for you that's going to draw itself. So from the overarching standpoint, as long as the price stays above the quote-unquote trend line, then overall the trend still plenty in the bull's favor. In terms of areas of resistance, nothing fancy here in terms of logic other than just asking the question, where did the party finally stop today? And the party finally stopped right up there at 906. So no fancy reasoning behind that level other than that. So 906 key area of resistance. But yeah, all in all, monster volume, very impressive price movement. Next one, SLNA, monster volume today. Crazy price movement when you consider everything, but with the recovery this afternoon, recovery from what? Well, huge surge up, nasty move to the downside, but then as I speak, the price has recovered, so in some senses, there's a little miniature bull flag, bull pennant pattern. But to simplify it even more, really the key dynamic and key breakout point that you got to think a lot of people are watching is that pink line right there, the famous 200-period moving average, right now valued at 0.057. So 0.057 going to be that key breakout point from the resistance side of things. In terms of areas of support, I would definitely say that purple line there is a must-hold area, right now valued at 0.0388. And the reason why I would say it's a must-hold, I'm not saying it's going to do this, but if the price were to come down here, and let me just use that to map it out, but if the price were to come down here, break down below it, what would that be doing? Well, that would all of a sudden be putting the price right back to where it was. And I mean, not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make great moves and then go right back to where they were, not exactly a sign of true strength. So I'm not saying that's what will occur, but that's just for explanation's sake. But yeah, very nice recovery this afternoon. Let's see if the price can pick up more momentum. Next one, ticker symbol DRMA, and very brutal. Well, let me take that step back. Depending on your strategy, depends if this was a very brutal move. If you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, and you were buying up there, or you were buying right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within 12 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, very brutal chart. But if you care about the big picture point of view, the chart's hanging in there. It's still maintaining above the pink line 200 period moving average, purple line 50 period moving average. So again, emphasis on overarching. So from an overarching standpoint, the chart is hanging in there. Now, if the price drops through both of those, that's a completely different story, but that is not the case yet. So it's hanging in there. Now, if there is going to be any sort of worthwhile potential reversal, key area in my mind that'll need to be broken is that trend line right there. So keep an eye on that. And if you do like to play breakouts, then yeah, you could definitely use that trend line as a potential area to build some trade plans around. So yes, nasty pullback today, but the price is still hanging in there. Let's see if it can maintain these areas of support and then potentially get a push back to the upside. Next one, TSLA. Tesla had earnings, and then the market was just rough today, although you could argue that Tesla is one of the reasons why the market had a rough day today between Tesla and Google. But anyways, let's map out some technical levels here. And the first level is just a basic premise for those people that like to play double bottoms, and that is just right here at 214.50 as a potential bounce point. You have bottom one right there. So if the price were to come down there, is it guaranteed to bounce? Of course not. Is it plausible? It's absolutely plausible given it's happened before. So if you get some sort of bounce, and yeah, could that be some sort of double bottom? So if you like to play those sorts of bounce situations, then 214.50 going to be an interesting level to keep an eye on. Or if you're a short, maybe you're saying, well, Clay, I'm bearish. I think that if the price comes down here, I would want to get short if it breaks through there. I completely see where you're coming from too, and that's why risk management matters, because somebody's going to be right, somebody's going to be wrong. But the fact of the matter is 214.50 going to be a level that a lot of people are watching. And then from a resistance standpoint, have a pretty well-defined resistance trend line in there right there. So keep an eye on that, and if the price can break up through there, that could be a leading indicator that there's some more strength to come. But as right now, bears definitely took a big chunk out of this one today. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box, or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. Next one, ticker symbol SGMO, and same general idea of what I talked about with some of these other ones. Had a very strong start. Price was all the way up there, and then price got absolutely destroyed. But as it came down, it did eventually level out. And because it's leveled out, it becomes a lot more plausible now to suggest that maybe this pullback is over and maybe this thing wants to try to get itself turned back around. So key area of support to watch right there at 52 cents. Again, nothing fancy there. That's just simply where the price finally started to go sideways. And then if this thing is going to get reversed around, main area of resistance seems to be right up there around the 64-cent mark. So like, I don't remember which one that was, but we had one where there was that big pullback, and then, oh yeah, NUZE. We had the big move up, big pullback down, and then all of a sudden it started to go in the sideways channel. We have essentially an exact mirror image of that. Biggest difference being this one is a penny stock. So if you like penny stocks, you like these situations where you get the big move up, get a pretty nasty move down, and then you get some sideways movement, and you like to monitor them to see if it's potentially getting ready to curl back upwards, keep an eye on it. Next one here, BBLG, and yeah, maybe you're thinking, didn't we kind of just look at something like similar to this? We did, so I'm going to go through this very quickly because it's literally the exact same situation. Big move up, nasty pullback, now sideways price action. So as far as resistance levels are concerned, the top part of this little sideways channel that is formed right there around $2.16. And then as far as areas of support, the bottom of this channel seems to be right down there around the $1.72 mark. So I'm not going to waste your time and just repeat myself all over again. So I'll just say that once again, you have one of these situations. So if you like these circumstances, you have quite the variety here headed into Thursday. Next one, BHC, crazy mover today. I mean, nasty flush to the downside, very impressive bounce. Now it's pulling back here a little bit, but it's really just a question of pullbacks are fine, and we do have, I'm just going to draw it very crudely, but we have a bull flag pattern. Now the tricky part here is that this bull flag has formed within an overall bearish context of that downwards move. Now that can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on your approach, but the fact of the matter is you do have a very solid bounce, and now it's consolidating. So moving forward, it's just a question of where do you land in the sense of, do you think this is a truly strong bull flag where this thing's all of a sudden going to get more continuation, or are you looking at that saying, no, I think this bull flag is going to fail and it's going to return back to those lows. So both of those are, quality viewpoints. Somebody will be right, somebody will be wrong. And again, as I've said earlier, that's why risk management matters. But the point here being is you got to acknowledge the bullfight pattern that has formed, and then make your basis, off of that, because that's really the only way to make sense out of the craziness that happened today. But the main reason why I want to map it out is because as traders, we really want two things. We want volume and we want good price volatility, and this chart offers both. So maybe you disagree with what I just said, but hopefully we can all agree that, yeah, this thing had a ton of volume, it had a ton of volatility, and as traders, that's what we want. Next one, ticker symbol GOOG, Google, and we have same general idea of Tesla, which, like I said earlier, I think it could be argued that Google and Tesla kind of started off this whole big sell-off that we had in the market today. But nonetheless, very popular stock, well-known, beat down today. When popular stocks get beat down, it can produce some very interesting dynamics, and that's what we have here. We have basically 173.80 as the location where the prices started to go sideways. So if you're someone that likes to try to play bottoms, then I can see you saying, you know what? I think this thing is potentially bottomed out. You have a very well-defined area of where you could put a stop loss, and then you can just see if you do indeed get some sort of bounce. As I've said a million times, and we'll say a million more times, there are no guarantees, but that's why risk management matters. But the fact of the matter is, it is at least starting to go sideways, and I wish I could say that trading was as easy as just finding things that go sideways, because that means that it's for sure going to go back upwards. Not quite that easy, but it becomes a whole lot more rational to suggest that things have leveled out, well, when the price is actually starting to go sideways there. So keep an eye on that dynamic. As far as if you like to wait for a little bit more confirmation, look for signs of strength. I think a very realistic sign of strength would be if the price can break up there through 175.60. But at the core, very popular stock, absolutely beat down today, going sideways, and if it does get some sort of bounce, even if it's just a dead cat bounce from a trading standpoint, that could still be a quality movement that we can build trade plans around. So certainly keep an eye on these sorts of, or on this one if you like these sorts of circumstances. Next one, TQQQ, and yeah, absolute bloodbath on this one today. And as I draw this trend line, look at just how absolutely steep the trend line is. Very, very steep trend line. Now, granted, this last 30 minutes helped out with that a little bit, but still, very steep, very beat down. This is one of the most popular, if not the most popular ETFs out there. And I just say that because a lot of people are watching this, and you can get some of those self-fulfilling prophecies. And one potential self-fulfilling prophecy is, a reversal back to the upside where the price gets there and pushes up through it. And then you have people saying, okay, I think this thing's getting reversed around. So that is one way that you could use that trend line if you want to try to take advantage of maybe some reversal self-fulfilling prophecies. But again, it could break there and roll back over. So you don't want to, I'm not saying that's for sure to happen. I'm just saying that thinking of self-fulfilling prophecies, very valid on this one when you know that there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on it. In terms of areas of support, actually, let me just go to the 4-hour time frame. So now each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours. You can see that 64.50 going to be a very important level because that is the 200 period moving average. Last time the price, whoop, you can't quite see that. My ugly mug's in the way. There we go. Last time the price got down around that pink line, didn't hit it exactly, but got very close and then started to turn itself around. So that'll certainly be the next key level here. But yeah, you can see today, these past couple of candles represent 8 hours of time. Very, very brutal movement here. But it'll be very interesting to see if the price can and will bounce from that 200 period moving average at 64.50. So from a support standpoint, 64.50, a lot of eyeballs will be watching. I will get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders out there, again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about the tool, then definitely go get signed up for the free live webinar. It'll be very soon, Thursday, July 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So hope to see you there. And it is a genuine live event. I say that because there will be a Q&A session. So if you have questions, please bring them. I'd love to answer them for you. All right, now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick clarification here. I am now on the 4-hour time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks represents 4 hours. And given Bitcoin's open 24/7, I want this video to remain relevant for as long as possible. And by using the 4-hour, it allows me to accomplish that. So right now, Bitcoin's holding strong. Last time I did the video about 24 hours ago, the big question mark was, okay, the price was at that purple line. Was the price going to be able to hold? And yeah, so far so good. It has held. Now, to be fair, sure, the price is slightly below that area. But to really more so just kind of map out an area that we can use to watch moving forward. To me, it seems as though there is that little miniature support right there, that 65,430. So question number one you need to ask yourself, and let's just say you're watching this video 20 hours after I upload it. So question number one, where is the price at relative to 65,430? If you're answering the question that the price is still above there, then as far as I'm concerned, whether the price is right there at the level, right here, or right there, the chart is still perfectly healthy, perfectly fine. It's just simply consolidating within an overall uptrend. Now, if you're saying that the price is, up here and has broken through there, well, still, the chart is still plenty healthy. It's gotten even healthier, sure, but at the core, to simplify this, with this, especially when the market's getting crushed right now, really just a question of, can the price maintain above that level right there? Like I said, if you're answering the question, the price is above there, that is a good sign. And then in terms of areas of, if they're answering the question, the price is down below there, next immediate question you want to ask yourself is, okay, well, where's the price at relative to that level at 63,260? I highly doubt you're answering the question that the price is down below there, but if you are, then that would just be telling you that the bears have gained a whole lot of momentum. But all in all, Bitcoin is holding strong, especially with the craziness of the markets, and we'll see if it can maintain above that ideal level of support right there. As I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a as a crypto and Bitcoin trader, because what you're learning about in this class definitely can and should be used within the world of crypto and Bitcoin. So go get signed up. It'll be very soon, Thursday, July 25th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And like I said, it is a genuine live event, so bring your questions and I'd be happy to answer them for you. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do a couple things for me. Hit that like button, leave a comment below. Like I said, leave me a request and I'll do my best to get to that. And, all those I do read and will reply in the comment section. So thanks for watching. Go get signed up for that free webinar. Take care.